And also make some noise for Sarah.
Keep it going for Sarah.
I called her Sarah 3 names. It's my bad. That's my bad. That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah. You look familiar. More or less. Alright, where did I put my cards here? I didn't know it was going right after that. Alright. So, first off, I'm Brian Reddick. Hey, Brian. And that's me. So, I've known this guy pretty much longer than almost anybody at this point. I mean, it's been since we were 8 years old in second grade, pretty much. Right? I was in Cub Scouts with him right off the bat, and his mom, right here, Gloria, was our scoutmaster and everything. And then not long after that, a couple of years after that, like, my mom became Jeremy's drum teacher. So, yeah, she's right back here also. So, yeah, most of you know Beth here. So, anyways, before I want to get into it, I really just want to throw a couple things out there. I want to thank Sarah for a great speech here. It was great. Loved it. I want to thank Jeremy's parents, John and Gloria, for everything they've done, and just like this guy in general. Like, amazing. And wanted to thank Anna's parents, Phil and Elizabeth. Really just been wonderful to get to meet you both, and it's been great. And also, our officiant tonight, Carol Stanbury. I want to thank her as well. Yeah, thank you so much. It was such a beautiful ceremony. Really lovely. Really lovely. So, anyways, basically, Jeremy and I have pretty much been through the ringer. I cannot tell you how many different situations and everything we've been involved in, and it goes back to like us being like little kids. We went to elementary school, middle school, high school, and college together. So yeah, we know we know where the skeletons are. Yeah, they're. Yeah. Okay, skip that page. No, but really, like what we really are kind of like linked to is music. It's always been music. We've always been like percussionists and drummers, like since the very beginning, and just in like orchestras, bands, like rock bands. At like Florida Symphony Youth Orchestra. Like we started gigging when we were like 16 around the city and everything. It was just. I mean, I've never played more gigs than anyone in the entire world than with this guy. It's just like, I can never think of someone that I would actually want to be performing with more. I mean, there's, all you musicians are out there, like, you get it. When I say, like, when you really play with someone that much, you just get where they're coming from, and you just, like, it's just, like, you walk into that gig and you're like, oh yeah, okay, Jeremy's here. This is awesome. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great. And so, and it's been hard for me to really kind of like narrow down when I really want to think about Jeremy and what our friendship has meant to me. And like, I came back to the word listening because like on two different accounts really. The first account that like this dude has introduced me to more music than like anybody else. Like he basically like showed me the Beatles were cool like when we were like 15 years old. He told me who Led Zeppelin was, like Stevie Wonder, all these like I mean every single funk group I listened to pretty much like if you want to like listen to some music, just ask him for a playlist. Like I'd come home and just be like, I need like 400 songs on this CD. Like you need to just like burn this and like I mean, pretty much, so his ability to listen to music and his ability to just like have such a passion for it is something that was such an admirable thing my whole life. Like, I've always been kind of a technical person when I think about it, but he opened my ears up to being able to just like feel that passion in a much deeper way. And on top of that, just the idea of him being a listener in general, like all of you that know me know that I'm a talker. Yeah, exactly, that reaction. That's the one I was going for. That's the one. So, like, the idea is that, you know, like, he's always been the one that taught me that just, like, you know, listening is just such an important thing, and it's always meant so much to me throughout the, many things that we go through when it's, like, oh, the music business, oh God, and all this other stuff that we just have, like just life in general, and everyone's got that friend that's always there to listen, and it's always just like such an amazing thing. And I'll come back to that, but the idea that he ended up meeting a person as wonderful as Anna, like I had already moved away to New York after, like, before she had come into the scene. But when I finally got to meet her, like, the way that he described her, it was like, no, that's not real. No, you really, no, that's not, no. But it's not possible. It's like he made you in a printer or something. Like, it was like, he picked out all the things that he wanted in a person and he printed you out. Like, it was kind of like, it can't be that amazing. And as I've gotten to know her over the last several years, it really is just astounding how much they work together. It's really amazing. It really is something. Yeah. And, you know, it brought me to an idea of, like, when I look at their relationship, it feels so effortless how much you both love each other, and how much you both care for each other, and how much you both go out of your way for each other. It just feels so effortless. And then I thought, you know what? It's not fair to call that effortless, because there's a lot of effort that goes into being effortless. There's a lot of times that you actually have to work towards that. There's a lot of times that you actually have to really try to get to a point where you don't have to try. And as I thought about this, I thought, you know, there's a big comparison between this and playing music with someone. When you're really trying to feel them out, and just, so you have like this mode when you're first starting to practice with someone, you're like, okay, what's their tendencies? Like, okay, when do they like to go, what chords do they like to play? What style do they like to play? And you learn all these little things about them. Do they play ahead of the beat, a little behind the beat? And you start to learn these little things. And then as you're practicing, you do have this repetition of just doing these same little things over and over and over again. Not because you want to, but because you are trying to make it better, and you're trying to make it as good and efficient and perfect as you can, even if you are just like, I don't want to practice this another time, right? And then on top of that, like, there are a lot of times they talk about, like, the real masters of music are the ones that work on things that they are not good at. It's the things that you are not good at, because there are people that will sit in a practice room and they will practice something they're good at because that's what they think practicing is. That's not the people that are actually getting better and are improving their ability. It's the idea that even though you're good at something, you both keep practicing ways to be better for each other. And that's such a beautiful thing. And then you get to the point where you actually are starting to perform, and you just have that click, and even if someone falters, it's not about whether they did or what they did. It's about the fact that, oh, I'll change it back a little bit, and I'll switch the chord here, I'll go back to this part. You're trying to build them back up. You're trying to always have them right there with you, and it doesn't matter what happens, it's that you're always right there for each other. And it takes that kind of an effort to become effortless. And to see how effortless you are, you deserve all the credit for getting yourselves there because of all the work you've put into each other. So, on that note, I love you both. I think you've mastered this effortlessness. Cheers to them. Thank you so much.
Drinks in the air, everybody. That's your best man. That's Brian, everybody. And if you guys are hungry,